I'm sorry, it's really late. Well, it's late for me on Monday. But I thought I'd start the vlog on Monday, so we have a full week. Also, I did make quite a bit of progress. I made quite a bit of progress with my reading. We have two books to talk about. The first is Lost City by Clive Cussler. I am not quite halfway through, but like nearly halfway through. I'm at page 170 and I actually really like this one. This one is a lot more interesting to me than the other ones I've read so far because it's a lot more archaeological. And I don't know, we have instead of like, a corporation or something like that, we have like one of those evil old rich families that is kind of like the like central part of the story this time, because if you haven't watched last week's vlog, this is there are some people, they found a dead person in ice, and because of that somebody attacked them because they didn't want them to make more discoveries about the person in the ice, and Kurt Austin actually saved them, and one of the people who got like locked into the ice shelf, which he saved, was a woman named Sky, and he's now working together with her, trying to solve the mystery of like the person that was buried in the ice and the plane they found a little bit away from him. And then we have a genetically modified monster that killed a reality TV crew and staff. That hasn't come up yet again, so I don't know where that will fit in. But yeah, and then we have the search for the lost city, and so Numa is doing the search for the lost city, and Kurt Austin is actually trying to solve the mystery of the person who seems to be connected with the lost city, but they don't know that yet, but we know that yet. And so they are now on their way to this rich family because the person in the ice is from that family, and we know that the family is evil, but Kurt Austin doesn't know it yet, and the woman he's with, Sky, doesn't either. So it seems to get interesting in the next little bit. Pretty much a lot of action. There has already been a lot of action. There have been dead people already. I'm really loving it. This one is speaking to me a lot more than the other ones in the series I've read so far. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm taking my time with it. So yeah, this one I will continue with tomorrow morning. And then let's talk about the second book I started today, and that I've already also read another 100 pages today. And that is the third Dark Tower book, which is called The Wastelands. And I'm also really enjoying this one, which is really nice. I mean, I already told you, if you like, last month when I read the second one, that I really enjoyed the audiobook, so I got myself the audiobook again so I can just listen to it, because I really think the audiobook read by Frank Muller is fantastic. So if you can get that one, get that one. But it's also kind of getting a little bit more interesting. They are now on a journey through our main character's world, which is oh god, I forgot his name again, Roland. They are now on the journey through Roland's world. They are three people now, and they have already found some really interesting things, but obviously I won't spoil you because obviously it's a third part in the series, and it's important to read the other two ones before that, even though there are short summaries of the books before that in the beginning of these books. So if you haven't read them in a long time, you still get the summary of them, which is really helpful. But yeah, it's really adventurous. It is a really nice journey up until now, and I'm really enjoying listening to this one. Like, as much as I gave the other ones 3 stars because I liked the audiobook, but I didn't love the story, or like the pacing of the story, I am loving it in the third part. So maybe the third part is the one where I'm like, well, the series is for me, actually. But yeah, I don't know that yet, but it seems like it, and I'm really enjoying listening to this. I don't know how much more I will listen to this today, because I'm pretty tired, and I'm probably going to bed in like a short little while. But I mean, I already listened to like 100 pages, which is like 2.5 hours, I think, of the audiobook. So yeah, I'm probably just stopping in a minute and then continuing tomorrow, but I'm really looking forward to it. Like I'm really enjoying this. So I have 2 books that I really enjoy, which is really nice after the last month where I read a lot of books that I didn't particularly enjoy. It is really nice to have like 2 books I'm enjoying. And yeah, both of them are on my physical TBR, which is great. So I'm making headway into the physical TBR. I also, with the last book I've read last week, I managed to reach my 100 books for the year goal. So I did manage to reach that one already, which is nice. But yeah, that is the reading part. And then I'm gonna show you what I did while listening to the audiobook, which there's so much chaos down here at the moment. But I am nearly finished with the cat cross-stitch kit. And it is looking like this right now. And it is looking so good. I am absolutely loving it. I have to do the last bit of the back stitching, which is, you know, all of these stitches are back stitching. And so I'm doing the whiskers of the cat right now, the like lighter ones. And yeah, I'm not particularly enjoying the back stitching. I have to say it's not something I love doing, but it does make the cat look incredible. Like I really, really love it. I obviously have to, you know, wash and iron it after that so that it all lays flat and stuff. And I do want to go out and look for a frame for it so I can put it on my wall, because I absolutely love this. I am so much into cross stitching right now. It is really, really enjoyable. I'm also still doing crochet, but I have to take it really, really slow with that at the moment because my wrists are hurting when I crochet or knit, which I need to be careful because I have problems with my wrists anyway, so I don't want to make it worse. So I'm doing just really, really slowly, so I don't have a lot of updates when it comes to that. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more cross stitching now, probably like watch one video and then go to bed, you know. But yeah, that is the beginning of my week. Work still sucks, but you know, I'm just trying to not concentrate on that, just concentrate on the stuff I do in my free time, you know. So yeah, that is the beginning of the week, and hopefully, well, I will see you tomorrow with the reading update, but hopefully it's still really, really good reading update. Let's cross our fingers and hope that both books will continue the way they are going right now. What a day today. It is Wednesday. It has been a long day, a way too warm day. I don't know. I'm pretty tired already, and the day isn't even over yet. I mean, it's like 7 o'clock, so a little bit of the day is still left. But yeah, I edited tomorrow's video because I forgot the rest of the week, and then I just filmed a book buying video. It will be like buying and the haul. And then once I finished filming that, I tried to log in to actually buy the books, and my cart reset, so I had to painstakingly look for all of the books again, which there were only 5, but I looked them up through the search, and the search stopped working once I logged in. So that took me like 45 minutes to actually recreate the card and get the books that I actually wanted to get. So I did that, and yeah, it has been a day. But let's talk a little bit about the books that I read. First one, Lost City. I'm still really enjoying reading this. I am 240 pages in now, so I think I have roughly a third of the way still left, so I will probably finish it by Friday, which I'm totally fine with. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It is a really good adventure. I love that it's not against a country, but against like one of those rich, crazy families. And the chapters that I've read today were like superb. It's like really like playing into this like crazy rich family, and that nothing is normal with them, and they are all kind of like Weird People, I really loved it. Like, the scenes I read today were really, really good. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one, and I'm so happy because that makes me hope, that gives me hope for the rest of the series, that actually, depending on the topic, I will really enjoy them and not just find them like as an average action novel. Like, this one is definitely at this point 4.5 stars. Obviously, I have still a bit left, and the ending could ruin that, but at the moment, I am really, really loving reading this. And then the second is I'm listening to The Dark Tower just now, and I will continue for probably another 45 minutes. And I have 5 hours left on that one. So, yeah, I'm in the second chapter, so I think I'm not that far in actually, because I listened on 2.5. But let me quickly look up the second chapter in the book, because I do have the physical book here. Okay, so I'm at page 158, so that much through. And then, yeah, I have 5 hours left. So if I listen to like another 40 minutes, maybe today, and then I will listen tomorrow and on Friday, and then I will probably finish both books on Friday, which would be a really nice time frame. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving The Dark Tower 3. It is so good. I am having the time of my life listening to this audiobook. We are now currently listening to like a character from the first book came back into the book, and it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so happy that the series got actually so good, and we'll see how that will continue with the series, because obviously there are another 4 books after this one, so hopefully they will all be that good now. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself listening to that, so I will continue with that one now. I will continue to do a little bit more cross stitch, and yeah, I will then just go to sleep and hopefully have a really productive day when it comes to reading tomorrow. We'll see. With the heat and work still being really, really hard at the moment, I don't really know. It's really hard for me to remember filming at all, because my head is like half at work, half at home. It's a complicated week. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a good chunk of reading done tomorrow. And we'll see. I will check in with you, and hopefully we have a really, really good check-in. Good evening. Please excuse if you can hear the wind. It is extremely windy today. Horribly warm still, but also extremely windy. So yeah, there's a lot of background noise, at least for me. I don't know how much you can hear of that. But I thought I would quickly check in with you about the reading. I did make quite a lot of progress today already. First of all, let's talk about the progress in Lost City. I am pretty much like nearly done. I have 100 pages left, which I will read tomorrow, and I am still really enjoying it. I feel like at this point it's a little bit too long. I would have wished the book to be a little bit shorter, because we are at the point where some of the stuff that happens kind of repeats itself. So I think a little bit shorter would have been good, but there's a lot of adventure in here. It is really interesting. I really like the story, and so yeah, overall I am enjoying this a lot more than the other ones in the series. It's not perfect, but it is incredibly enjoyable, which is really good. So yeah, I am happy to finish this one tomorrow. I did really, really, really enjoy reading the story. Hopefully the ending is good. I have no idea what to expect really from the ending, other than the obvious. So we'll see how it will end. But yeah, I will finish this one tomorrow, and then I will give you my rating. And as for the audiobook, I will also finish that one tomorrow. So exactly as my plans were. Okay, and as for the Dark Tower, I have made my way quite a way through, I would say. I think I finished the second third of the book, so I have like roughly a third of the way left, which are I think 2.5 hours, 2.75 of an hour of listening to the audiobook, which I will do tomorrow. So I am looking forward to that. So yeah, this one I am still really, really enjoying this. It's so funny how I went from unsure about the first one because of the kind of westernish setting, from disliking a few things in the second one to really loving the third one. So it's a really mixed series for me. But I feel like this one, it just gives us more about Roland's world, our main character's world. But we also get a little bit more background for some of the characters, and the characters all grow quite a lot in this book, which is really, really nice to see. And it's just a really enjoyable journey. I think I really just love journey books. Like, give me a good journey from point A to point B, and that is what this is. This is just a journey. And I really, really love it. It is enjoyable, and as I said already, the audiobook is just so good. I would really recommend listening to the audiobooks. If you can, obviously. But yeah, I'm listening to the ones by Frank Miller, and they are incredibly enjoyable. I really love the way he tells the story. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continue with this tomorrow. I listened to quite a lot this afternoon, which was really enjoyable, just like sitting in front of my PC, doing a little bit of gaming. I'm currently playing Coral Island, which is like a farming game, a little bit similar to like Stardew Valley and stuff like that, with some really nice graphics. I really like a little bit more like clay-like look. But yeah, this was like really nice to listen to while I played that game. So that is what I will do tomorrow as well. And yeah, those are the reading updates, which I'm incredibly happy with. Then my partner's birthday present came today, so I will have that lying around for a month and a half. But at least I already got it, which I will not tell you what it is because, he doesn't watch my videos, but just to be on the safe side. And yeah, I haven't done much else. It is still way too warm to be a functional human being, and it isn't supposed to stop being that until the end of next week, which, to be honest, it is fall. I want fall weather, but instead I get 30 degrees or like 32 today, But yeah, that is pretty much what I'm doing. I will now watch a few videos, check up on some YouTube channels, and doing some cross-stitching while I do that. And yeah, I will get back to you tomorrow, probably with an update on both books. I will probably just check in after I finish both of them, so I can give you like a thorough talk about what I thought about both of these books. I'm just really happy that they are both good books, and maybe my luck has turned from last month. Maybe not, but like at least the first two books that I chose for the month are really, really good, which I'm really happy about. And then I will choose in the next book tomorrow, which we'll see. I have no idea what I want to continue with, but I will think about that tonight, and then we choose one tomorrow. It is now Friday evening, and I finished both books, which I'm so happy about. Yeah, both of them got 4 stars. I feel like for different reasons, but like I really enjoyed both of them. Let's start with Lost City. I did think it had a good ending. I'm quite happy with the ending. I just feel like a few of the scenes were too much, because you have like, for example, the woman with which Kurt Austin is like doing things together, and like they have a relationship throughout the book. She gets kidnapped twice. I felt like once was enough. Like, we didn't really need like twice of a kidnapping, and then twice she gets robbed. Stuff like that, things seem to happen double the amount of time, and then we have other people who also get kidnapped. I felt like it was a little bit too repetitious at points. But it is a really good adventure. I really enjoyed the flow of the story. I really liked the topic of the story. This like whole thing of like, the meddling in politics and what is happening in the world of rich families who feel like the world owes them something and they are the best, That is kind of what this adventure is. And then in the end, we have the ending we want to have. So yeah, that was really enjoyable, and hopefully we will continue with more books like that in the Numa Files series. I don't know how it is. Funnily enough, I think this is one of the not so greatly rated one. Like, this one I think has an average of 3.9 stars. The other ones have an average of like 4.1 roughly, I think. So it's funny that I love this more than the other ones, but shows you just how different book taste can be. And then let's talk about The Dark Tower. I really, really enjoyed it. I just cannot give it 5 stars. I feel like because of, one, it is a little bit long. a little bit. It is a great journey, but like if you don't like books about journeys, you will not love the book because it is just a journey. That is mainly what the book is for, and I personally really enjoyed the journey, but I feel like it's if that is not your favorite type of book, you won't enjoy this one. At least not as much as I did. But like, yeah, I think it's like 4.5, somewhere around there. I like the characters. I like the how the characters are growing throughout the story. Yeah, it's just a little bit long in places. I feel like we could have condensed the story a little bit. It is a hefty book, I have to be honest. So that is a factor which, and then you kind of, I always forget that in Stephen King books, it doesn't really matter what book it is, you will always have a weird sex scene in there or some weird sexual tension. It is always a small part, which is why I don't really mind in Stephen King books, but it always comes out of the blue, you really don't think about it, and then it just comes. And so we do have an assault scene in this book, which it was weird, it was out of left field, but it made sense for the character, which I'm not that happy about. That makes sense. You can imagine what the character went through, because it's not the first time. We have like indications of that in the beginning of the book, and then we have one more pretty explicit scene in like the last third of the book, I would say. So you have to keep that in mind. It is a Stephen King book, those scenes are there. But yeah, it was still incredibly enjoyable, and hopefully the series will continue like that. I don't really know if it will. Yeah, the only thing I would kind of hope, I would have loved to learn more about Roland's time. Like a little bit more still about his childhood and about the world we're in, because we are learning more about it, but not enough in my opinion. I just would love to know so much more about the world. But we have 4 books still left in the series, so there could really well be that in the next books. I just wouldn't know it yet because I'm not through them. But yeah, I'm incredibly happy that I finished both of them today. It was my goal and I managed to do that. And so yeah, for the rest of the evening I will do some gaming now. I'm currently playing Coral Island, and I have a lot of fun with that. If you've played Stardew Valley, I would recommend you Coral Island if you haven't played it yet. I feel like it's like a little bit of like the little cousin, but it's just pretty similar. Just in my opinion, a slightly nicer art style. I do prefer the art style of Coral Island. I don't mind the Stardew Valley one, but I'm much more of a person for a little bit of this like clay-like art style, much more than the pixelated art style. You know, but yeah, that is what I'm playing right now, and that is what I will play the rest of the evening. Because I'm, for once in like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm really in the mood to do some gaming. So yeah, that is what I will be doing. And then I haven't picked the next book yet. I think I know what the next book will be, but I will show you that tomorrow morning. Yeah, I think it's a pretty long book, but I wouldn't mind just reading one book in the next week. I would be fine with that. So yeah, work sucked today as like the rest of the week, but at least I had some really nice hobby time this afternoon. And tomorrow I will give you an update on my cross stitching on both pieces, so you can see how far I've come with that in the week. And yeah, that is kind of my day. It is still way too warm, and I'm suffering for the fact that I ate some ice the last few days, and I shouldn't have. I knew that I shouldn't have, but it was 34 degrees out there. I just was in the mood for some ice. I need to learn how to make my own ice, I think, to make it palatable for my stomach. But the one I can buy in the supermarket, it's not palatable for my stomach, and I still ate it, and I'm suffering for it now. But sometimes it's just what you have to do. So yeah, that is kind of an update for the end of the week. Good morning. It is really early on Sunday. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet today, but I kind of wanted to end the vlog because yesterday I just crashed. I don't know, I think the heat combined with stress from work just really made me crash on Saturday. I was so tired the whole day. So I just chilled and I didn't check in, but I did want to give you an end for the vlog because I did start a new book. And that is The Dark World by V.E. Schwab, which contains The Archived and The Unbound. So technically it's 2 books in one. But yeah, I'm not that far in. I think I'm 80 pages in. Yeah, I'm 80 pages in. And this is pretty much a book about a library of people, more or less. And our main character is a teenager, and her grandfather worked for them, but it's kind of like a secret thing. And you have to kind of have the powers to do that. And so she kind of inherited it from her grandfather. And there are some monsters and stuff. And yeah, she can go through doors that nobody else can see. That far I'm into, I think. Yeah, her name is Mackenzie. And so yeah, I don't really know where this will go. I have no idea what it is about other than, you know, the basics that I found out so far. But I thought it would be a good next choice because it's fantasy and The Dark Tower is also fantasy, but I mean, it's Stephen King fantasy, so it's kind of a different level of fantasy. So yeah, I thought why not go with this one. Also, this would mean I could get a really, really big book done next week, and that takes a little bit of pressure off of me to have so many big books left still for the month. But yeah, so that is what I'm currently reading, and I will continue with in the next reading vlog. And now, let me give you a quick update on the cross-stitching. If you're not interested in this, you know, you can already click off, but I just wanted to give you a small little update. So I am now this far into my Mordor thing, which, you know, it's still pretty much, if you don't know what the finished thing looks like, you know, it's still pretty little. This is like 20% of the whole thing. So, you know, it is a small little thing. And then we have the other one that I started recently, which is a skull motif. And I'm this far into. I think with this one you can already tell what it's like gonna be. We have like antlers coming out of here, and then I still need to do the eyes and fill all of this in, and then there is like a little bit of decoration around that. But yeah, that is where I'm at so far with this one. So these are the ones I'm currently mostly working on. I am eyeing some really nice patterns and like kits online that I want to do, but they come from the UK and they're extremely but they're not extremely expensive, but they're expensive, and shipping things from the UK to Germany is expensive, especially since you have to pay tax on top of it and stuff like that. So I'm not allowing myself to buy those before my holidays for my birthday, which is still 44 days away today. So yeah, but that's pretty much the end for this vlog. It has been, I don't know, because work is really testing me at the moment. Like, I'm not enjoying what I'm doing at the moment because it's like really, really just something annoying that I have to do. It really hampers my enjoyment for the rest of the day, even though I try not to let it. But yeah, it gets me, and so the reading vlogs change. But I had really, really great reading this week, which I'm still really, really happy about, you know, because I had so many bad books, or like not so great books last week, that I'm really, really happy, but the week before this vlog, that I'm really, really happy that I had 2 really, really good reads at the beginning of this month, which is really, really nice. So hopefully the rest of the month will go in the same vein. But even if not, I had 2 great reads, and that is all I want, you know. So yeah, I hope you still enjoyed this reading vlog, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!